Proud of our guys, man. They deserve to win a game like this. We made the plays that to win a game in the end like that when it gets close, the other team takes the lead. DJ made a huge three. I thought Tyree played tremendous down the stretch, taking care of the basketball, getting us organized as a point guard and taking care of it. I thought he was tremendous. But I thought, obviously we made the free throws, the stuff winning entails like I talk about. But there was two plays in the last minute. One, there was a loose ball. We had a couple guys dive on the floor. We were the first to the floor. And they got there too, and then they called a jump ball. It was their ball. They got it. Next possession down on our end, another thing, there's a scrum for the ball. Great dives on the floor, first to the floor. He gets it, another jump ball. It was our possession arrow. We run an out-of-bounds play underneath, and he scores, which is a huge play in the game. But it came from effort. If we don't get on the floor and make the effort, they probably win the game. And, so proud of our guys for making those plays. And like I said, they deserve to come out on the right end of one of these.
Questions? Somebody, surely.
And it was a huge game, honestly, to keep our kind of hopes alive, for that Big Ten tournament, which is, I think our guys, some of our seniors, they're kind of seeing the hourglass ticking a little bit, and they're down to their last month playing, college basketball, and I was really proud of how our seniors led our team to victory tonight.
Now, you won by 5, and you got 4 technical foul shots that made a huge difference. Have you ever had a night like that where you just got really angry and had to make your point and get it? Did you ever get too technical?
Yeah, I've never been kicked out yet, but I completely understand any coach that does. Like I said, I don't know what he, like I said, I've never been kicked out, and but I know how into the game you can get and how emotional it can be as a coach to where it could easily happen.
Were you able to see him after the game, shake his hand at all?
I haven't seen him yet. I'll give him a call or a text, and I taught he's a great human being, man. He's a tremendous coach, does a great job with those guys. But I'll reach out to him, and and their team. I feel bad for them because they have 2 really good players that are injured right now, and that's hard. And, credit Northwestern for coming in and fighting like they did.
Tyler Harris, again, I thought was outstanding tonight. And then not only just on the offensive end, but he was guarding Martinelli down the end. Can you talk a little bit about the game he had, including the defense he played at the end of the game?
Yeah, he was tremendous all game. Like he's starting to really, come into his own and play with a lot of confidence. And I mentioned it even, I don't know if it was last game or the game before, but I'm most proud the last month, the progress he's making defensively is tremendous. And he, to continue to be the best player he can be, like we need him to be a terrific defender. So proud of him, the way he's rebounding and playing physical and tough. But guarding Martinelli's hard. He kind of took over there that last 8 minutes of the game, and he's so crafty with the basketball, and he's hard not to foul. And then he threw in a couple tough shots too, which great players do. But I thought Tyler did a really good job, and it was a team effort on Martinelli. Like our plan was to double him from all angles. Whenever he had the ball in the post or driving, we were always coming and putting 2 guys on him just to make him pass it.
DJ had another good game, and then Zoom had limited minutes in the second half.
Yeah, Zoom was just turning the ball over. He had 5 turnovers, and it got to the point where it was like we had to take care of the ball, And I thought he played well, but then Tyree came in and it seemed like we had a little different flow. That that was just this game, and. But, we have to take care of the basketball better at the guard spot.
Yeah, you mentioned this earlier in the year, just trying to make home runs and 16 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, and even some tonight, a couple travels, just kind of sloppy turnovers, that he's too good of a player to do that. And it'll just be a learning experience for him. It's not, like I said, I haven't lost any confidence in Zoom. I love coaching him, and he'll be terrific when we play Ohio State. And you noticed him. He was probably the biggest cheerleader after the game. Even when he was on the bench running out and greeting guys coming off the floor, waving the towel, cheering. And, I was really happy to see that too.
Hey, how are you guys different when you have Tyler at the top of that zone there? I don't know what his wingspan is, but it just feels like your defense gets longer.
It is, I don't know what it is either, but it's long, and we got a couple steals early where we could have really built the lead, and we just got this team, we've done it all year where we'll get steals and we'll have layups and just lose the ball out of bounds. I don't know what we're doing, I've never seen it before, but we had 2 of them in the first half, but I want to give them credit for playing their butts off defensively and being active, getting those, but we got to capitalize, and when we make those great defensive plays, we gotta get to the rim and finish, or we got to get to the free throw line.
And then it says what about your team that you're down 4 with 3 minutes left or so, and then to make that run there. Yeah, it says what about your team?
It shows they believe. It shows that they believe in what we're doing, how good of players they are, and especially at this place in this arena, we're never out of the game. And like I said, that's why I was glad that we finally made just a couple of those game-winning plays to get over that hump.
And that big shot by DJ there at the end, does that do anything more for his confidence, or is he just a shooter and it's going to be game to game?
I don't know. No, I think it will. I've seen even the last couple of days in practice, he's playing with a different joy. He's smiling, he's enjoying it. Like I said, I think some of these seniors are realizing, they're down to their last 5-6 weeks, and so you might as well enjoy it. And that's why I was proud of not just him, all the seniors, but hopefully he carries that into the next however many games we got.
Danny, you guys had a 13-point lead against Nebraska, 14 tonight. When the game starts to slip away a little bit like that in the second half, you see that, or the lead does. What's the message in the huddle during the timeout to try to get that to stop?
Yeah, tonight it was, don't let our offense, dictate how active our defense is and our production defensively. I thought against Nebraska we started missing some shots, and then our energy just dropped, and they started scoring, and then we just couldn't get out of that funk. And so really challenging our guys not to be front runners. To be honest, we can't be have the energy and be aggressive defensively just when we're making shots. We have to have that same aggressiveness and that tenacity, rebounding, getting deflections and things like that, even when shots aren't falling.
Frank only had 11 minutes tonight, but it just seems when he's in there, he was throwing guys around like they were rag dolls underneath the basket, and had a monster dunk and hit a couple of key free throws as well. Even though he only had 11 minutes, how comforting and how much easier is that to just have that guy who can just give you 11 impact minutes like that?
It was huge, because he probably changed 3 or 4 shots, where guys like Martinelli, he's making those shots if Frank doesn't come out of nowhere. And he didn't block him, but you see Frank when he's coming. And I thought, it basically should count as a block. He's forcing them to miss the shot that they usually make. And so I thought he was tremendous with his energy. And, like you mentioned, the big dunk. I thought he had some really good screens, too, out there that got our guards into some operational spots to score. So, no, he's getting better and better.
2 shots that DJ hit tonight, I was trying to measure them with my eyes, and I think they're almost close to 30 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And does he have unlimited range?
Yeah.
Do you give him unlimited range?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you watch him, even in the past, that's what he does. Because he doesn't have great height, and so he has to sometimes just back up, which can really help our spacing sometimes because people aren't leaving him out there. But he does that in practice a lot of times. Yesterday, even Coach Bland he's like, Coach, DJ hasn't missed. In all the shooting drills, he's like, he hasn't missed all day. So you knew, nights like this were coming.
Yeah.
Before you guys went in before the game, DJ hits from half court. Who's hit more half court shots in the coaches players challenge, you or DJ?
I actually have more than DJ. I don't know if I still have the lead, but I know I have more than him because he's always mentioning it. Yep.